Hey, I'm Phil Heimlich, and we call this the radical middle. I go to this kickboxing gym like 5 or 6 days a week. I know you're yucking it up like you do kickboxing, and you're probably saying, with that build? But that's beside the point. At this gym, if you want to get a bottle of water, you go into this room and you open the fridge and you pull out the water, and then you just put $1 in the box that says $1 per bottle. It's an honor system. Yeah, if I wanted to cheat the gym, I could just not put the dollar in and drink all the water I wanted for free. But I'd feel guilty as hell, and though no one would know. Okay, this honor system is kind of how our federal courts work. Since a famous case called Marbury versus Madison in 1803, presidents have chosen to obey what the court says. The reason it's an honor system is the federal courts don't have a police force to enforce their rulings. Obeying the courts is kind of a norm or a tradition. And Richard Nixon, when he was ordered by the Supreme Court to turn over the Watergate tapes, he considered refusing to obey, but eventually even he decided that our Constitution relies on the president and federal officials obeying the courts. It's the honorable thing to do, but we have a president now who's not quite so honorable. We're facing a situation in two cases where two separate judges have ordered President Trump to do something, and he's refusing to do it. In one case, a judge ordered the Trump administration to stop flying undocumented migrants to El Salvador. The other case, the judge ordered the president to bring back a guy that was mistakenly sent to the prison in El Salvador. The thing we need to understand is it doesn't matter whether we agree with the court's decision or whether we even agree the court has any right to rule on this issue. What's important is that so far, Trump and his officials are refusing to obey the decisions by these judges. So if this continues, the courts will have no power to tell the president to do anything. Now, these judges could hold Trump or in contempt of court, but what happens next? The contempt ruling is turned over to the Justice Department to enforce. And guess who controls the Justice Department? This is what is called a constitutional crisis. I'm Phil Heimlich, and this is the Radical Middle.